Wow. If it isn't Ramble time. That's right. I'm doing another one of those. Let's start out with the Discord. So I made the Discord public now. It should be somewhere in the description, maybe, probably, maybe not, maybe I'll forget. But yeah, you can join in, and that's about it. There's one channels for the fans. I'll add more if necessary, but like, you know, it's not very active, so I don't need more than one. You know, there's more channel technically, but like they're for my friends or whatever. I basically just added one channel, and I was like, all right, I'll just like modify the roles so that like fans have like their own channel in there. I don't have to like make a new server, like just change everything. Also, you know, if you know any like small VTubers, you know, you can fight them over there or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to make this video without editing because Sony Vegas is awful. I'm great at editing. I can make my own like fucking green screens and everything, you know, like from scratch, you know, just using the fucking tools to, like, cut out like stuff, and you know, it's fun, but like, you know, it's fucking Sony Vegas and I hate it. So fuck that. Anyway, I need to talk about BRC, about March Cyberpunk. It's the game I've been playing for like the past week or so. You know, it came out and I streamed it, and I streamed it, and I also streamed it again. And then I stumbled upon a fucking secret, and you know, I recorded this stuff freaking out, and you know, I started posting more of them as I discovered more stuff, and I posted on like Steam community and whatever. People were making like ARGs and everything, and you know, I noticed that Yayo de la Riva, who's just at Radio Future speedrunner, was live, and I was like, yo, I found this thing, and they were like, oh, we already know about it. But I'm the first one to document it, I guess. So shoutouts to nobody. Got him. Yeah, I guess I can like talk about my thoughts on the game. I'm doing my second playthrough right now on my Switch. I bought 2 versions of the game. The PC version and the Switch version, which are the 2 versions that came out recently. September 1 is when the console versions will come out. So if you want to play it on console that isn't the Switch, maybe, you know, it's a good game. You know, if you don't really like this kind of game, you can still listen to the soundtrack. Soundtrack's great. I think it's fun. It's clearly my game of the year. I've been waiting 20 years for a game like this, honestly. It's quite insane just how much I love this game. I might even stream myself again playing it, like just to get the achievements, because I'm missing a bunch of achievements, but that doesn't really sound fun. That sounds kind of boring to watch, so I'm kind of like hesitant about that. And my biggest issue with the game actually has been the let me show that to you. Where is it? Let me please don't, god damn it, wrong window. Where's my, there it is. Look at this. Look at this masterpiece. I'm in the way, but like, you know, see that? Actually, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. That's right, baby. I made my own map. The game was so bad with the map that I was like, okay, let me make my own fucking map. And like, you can like zoom in and stuff. Like, you'll see like there's a bunch of icons everywhere because the map in the game doesn't have icons. So like the green stuff is like the warps. So there's a warp that goes from floor 1 to floor 3. This is the character pads, so you can switch characters. The orange things are the toilets. If you watch me stream the game, by the way, you'll notice that like in Matan, I couldn't find the fucking toilets, and that's because there's only like 2 of them. And I didn't know where they were. I knew about the one up there, but I didn't want to like go through the entire level just for this one, but there's one down there, and I didn't know for some reason. There's also a warp that goes from top left to top right, which doesn't do much, but like, you know, it's there. Also, this fucking area just doesn't fit with the rest of the map for some reason. Like, it's just the road crosses and everything. I tried moving it everywhere, it just doesn't work. It's awful. So, you know, the game is good, you know, but yeah, UI stuff and everything could be improved. So that's kind of like the only negative, and it's something that's gonna be fixed over time, and I think they're gonna keep updating the game with like new content for a little while, because that's what they've done with their last game, and they've also said that they want to make more games like this. So I'm curious, we'll see. So next up, there we go. Next up, I want to talk about upcoming streams. So, Just as Radio Future is something I want to stream right now, for obvious reasons. What can I say? One Rush Cyberpunk made me want to go back and like actually play through Just as Radio Future again. So I'm gonna do that. That's like on my list. I might do that Friday actually. I wanted to do GTA 4 modded, but modding the game's gonna take me at least a day, and not like an evening or something. Like, it's modding GTA, like learning how to mod GTA is like one thing, and then there's like actually modding it. And I've never modded GTA 4. I've modded San Andreas, which is super easy. Like, you just drag and drop a bunch of shit. GTA 5 is awful to fucking mod. It seems like GTA 4 might be like an in-between, where like you have a bunch of like stupid tweaking to do, but it doesn't seem as fucky as GTA 5, because GTA 5 you need to like update your mods every single time there's a game update, because it just fucks up your mods and it just stops working, and I fucking hate that. Outside of that, I was talking about playing Baldur's Gate with my co-workers. Actually, I've never played a Baldur's Gate game. I'm vaguely curious about it, but I can't promise much. We came to the conclusion that we probably play it if it goes on sale, so that's a thing. I also just remembered that I started streaming Bomberman Hero and I forgot. So maybe. And there's some weird noises outside right now. Anyway, next is actually music talk. So this is probably just gonna interest like 2 people. Let me move myself actually. There we go. So I've been listening to Korn, and I've been re-listening to Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. So we're gonna go through this discography real quick, and you know, I'm gonna rank, give my thoughts on those albums. Should I go by order that I listen to them, or by release order? Because technically the first one I listened to was Follow the Leader, which is this one. And I really liked it. Well, it's the first one that clicked with me, at least. I don't know what's tagged as best artwork. I guess it's fine. Um, wait, I gave it a 75 already? I did? Huh. But I still feel like it's a 75. You know what? $78. There you go. What do you mean enter some text? Oh, stat. There we go. It's pretty fucking solid. It's kind of like the natural evolution of Life is Peachy, which seems to not be very well liked down there. Even though I kind of prefer Life is Peachy, but not really. I think Follow the Leader has higher highs and lower lows. Like, I fucking hate Children of the Corn and All in the Family. Those songs are awful. And toward the end, there's also like a few tracks that aren't very good. So I think it's got like the highest highs and the lowest lows. But then you have Life is Peachy, which is the second album that I really listened to, and I was like, oh, I like this. And it was just more consistent to me. I wasn't like hating, like full on hating and skipping songs on this one. This one's rated very low. That's the one where you just yeah, I understand. That's the one where you just swear a lot. It's actually the worst track on the album. Yeah, I can see that. I don't remember what Low Rider is. It's also rated pretty low. Like, outside of that, this album I think is more like consistent and enjoyable. But yeah, I understand why it's kind of low. I'll give it also give it a 78. Sure, whatever. I like it. Self-titled took me more time to get into, so I actually got into Issues before that. At first I wasn't really sure because the intro is just like fucking like that one instrument with like the bagpipes. I didn't like that too much. Like it's just whatever. But then Falling Away From Me is super fucking good. It's so catchy. It got stuck in my head for months, and like not in a bad way, you know, where like please get out of my head more. Like I want to keep listening to it, you know. I'll just keep coming back to it over and over again. And it made me go back and, you know, listen to the rest of the album as well, obviously. And I actually really like this one. I think I like it more than the other two now, actually. If I made this Ramble video like talking about the albums a little earlier, I would have probably put it like under the other two. But yeah, I think it's like, you know what, I'm gonna give it an 82. That's right. Then we can talk about Untouchable real quick. I like this one. It's good. There aren't any songs that I hate on there. There's a few moments that are like more metal than the usual Korn stuff. Which is still metal, but it's more like, it's less, Korn is more like alternative than anything else. This is a little more in the metal area at some points, but it kind of just keeps riding like the Issues sound, if anything, and yeah, it's pretty good. I'll give it a 75. It's catchy, it's fun, I like it. Then I went back and I actually started really liking this album. Some of the moments I thought were just kind of like edgy for the sake of edginess or whatever, and then I looked at the actual lyrics of the song and I was like, holy shit, this is like actually like good. Why did I give it this 69? What? This is what I've been saying. I didn't like this album earlier, and now I've been re-listening to it and like I really like it. It should I give it like an 82. And you know what? This is like it's hard to say, but and it's in the 80s. I'll say that much. You know what? I'm gonna give it an 85. It is a little more like almost like grungy, I'd say. There's more like almost felt a little like early like Bleach era Nirvana or some shit. But yeah, I wouldn't call it a grunge album at all. It's just like it kind of like reminded me at some points. It's really good. I like it. Then there's whatever the fuck this is. This album was kind of bad. I don't even remember what it sounds like. Oh yeah, it has Nas on it. And I remember like not recognizing Nas, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Look at my phone, I'm like, holy shit, it's Nas. Fun fact, Nas is like one of my favorite rappers ever. Yeah, this album's not good. I'm gonna give it like a... It's not awful though, it's like... I'm kind of like... It's okay, you know, if I'm listening to it, I'm like, yeah, it's okay, I guess. But I wouldn't want to go back and like listen to it that much, so I'm gonna give it like a 5 out of 10. I guess it's just disappointing. See on the other side is different in a good and a bad way. This almost feels like when 9 Inch Nails did like with these, and it's like a cleaner sound, and it's like more like... I don't really know how to explain it, but like the mix is way cleaner. Except this isn't as good as with these. Yeah, I like it, it's good. Actually, there's a song on there. Is it Coming Undone? I think it is. It feels like an Imagine Dragons song. Because it does like the boom boom clap, and like they just scream the name of the song during the hook, and like it's overly dramatic and like hopeful and like hype for like what is essentially like supposed to be like kind of like edgy and dark or whatever. It just feels like Imagine Dragons somehow, but it's still better than Imagine Dragons because it's not fucking Imagine Dragons, you know. But it's got like that feel to it, you know. I was like, oh yeah, this is yeah. It's funny because it's like the highest rated song, yeah, on the album actually. No, second one. I actually really like that one. Not well, really like it. Thought it was cool. It was different. I give it like a 68, maybe even a 70. No, I'm gonna give it a 70. What did I give to like Life Species? 78. Yeah. Untouchable 75. Yeah. I don't want to feel like pressured by the actual like, scores that people give it. I'm gonna give it a 72. I did enjoy it. And then the last one I listened to was Untitled, which is so disappointing because it's a lot of like stuff that I really enjoy, and this feels rushed. Like I love the industrial that's like incorporated into it, and like even like the more like 4x3 like time signatures, and like it's almost like clown music. It's really cool. The issue is that it's really poorly executed. It's awful. So it's kind of like this thing where like I want to love this album so much, and like you can see like the first few tracks are like ranked pretty well, and then like it's just yellow. And yeah, I get it. What did I give to Take a Look in the Mirror? 50. I like this one more because it tries to take a risk, you know, it tries to do something new, which Take a Look in the Mirror didn't. It was just boring. But this album failed so miserably. Ugh, it's a mess. It's a mess of an album. It's really sad because I really felt like it would really grow on me after a few listens. I listened to it like 3 times only, so there's that. But I feel like I've heard enough to like know that it's like not a great album. I'm gonna give it a 51. There you go. It's better than take a look in the mirror. But not really. I'm really curious about Path of Totality because it's got Skrillex on 2 of the songs. No, 3. Oh my god. Oh, and they're like 2 of the best rated songs on there. I like the Skrillex ones. Oof. This album cover is so ugly. I love how it says tags bro step and new metal. It's the 2 most hated genres together. Alright, next is Bone Thugs and Harmony. Now I grew up with this band. Alright, they're really cool. If you want kind of like an idea of like what they sound like, well, it's Bone, which is like, you know, occult stuff and like spooky, atmospheric, like synthy stuff. It's really cool. And the Thugs part of it is more like gangster rap, I guess. And you have the Harmony, which is like just how melodic and like how much chemistry they have together, because it's a rap group of 5 people. Sometimes there's kind of like a weird era, you know, in the discography. You know, and we'll get to it. Actually, isn't this missing a song? Not a song, but an album. Or am I crazy? Yeah, I think there's one like in between these 2. What's it called again? I don't know. It might be like one of those like side albums or something. I don't know. It's like it's a compilation maybe. There's so much shit in there. Huh. Am I crazy? There's 2 EPs in there, which is, yeah, Creepin', which I consider the first album more than like an actual like whatever. There's All, which includes like singles or whatever. I'm not seeing it. Well, alright, it doesn't matter because I haven't really listened to it. Let's go to like just main page, please. Just main page. Alright, Faces of Death. Faces of Death is cool. We're like fucking babies back then. Doesn't have a lot of songs on there, and a lot of them are kind of just like whatever. Flow Motion is like really the highlight of the album, and then like, you know, you've got some good songs in there, but it still feels very much like they haven't really like found themselves yet, you know. The production's a little cheap. I still really like this one, so I'm gonna give it an 80. Then we've got the masterpiece, the fucking masterpiece. Wait, I need Creepin'. Alright, Creepin'. Creepin' is great. This is the album that they made with Easy, who basically gave them the spotlight and made them like into like an actual like known name. It's really fucking good, and by that time it, you know, they basically had found their sound, but not entirely. So I'm gonna give this one a 90. I think it's a 90 out of 100. It's really good. There's not a single song on there that I don't like, which means a lot. And it's really fucking good. And yeah, then you have the East 99, which is perfect album. It really is. Like, I can't really think of like anything that would make this album better. Like, you look at like the ranking of the, I'm hiding it, you know, but like, you know, it's all green, and the lowest rated one is it's like a little interlude, but it's still like really fun. This is a great album, one of my favorite, the one I grew up with the most, and a huge part of my life. One of my favorite rap albums of all time, easily. Then we have The Art of War, which is So this is a double album, and they took like one year between those two. You know, they made their best album and then like double album, which I feel like a lot of rappers had like a double album as like their second one back in the day, like Tupac and Biggie and whatever. You know, they all released like fucking double albums. So I feel like they probably felt like they had to make a double album. The issue is that even though there are like 5 people working on this, it doesn't really feel like it needs to be a double album. The first CD is really good for the most part, though there's a few songs that are way too fucking long. Like, you look at the time of the songs here, like on the, behind me, it's like 4 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 5 minute, 4 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 5 minute. It's insane how long these fucking songs are. They should not be this long. Second album also has a lot of 5-minute songs, and it's like, it's understandable because like there's 5 members, they have like a minute each, but like, Jesus Christ. And the second CD does have Tupac on it, and it's like the best fucking song ever, so I'll give them that. But yeah, this is way too fucking long. Like, they should either shorten the tracks or just remove half the tracks, because a lot of those songs aren't that good, and it's just like way too fucking long. To me, this is like a what did I give to Creepin'? 90? I'd give this like an 82. It's good, I like it a lot. I like it more than these fucking people. Maybe. But I don't really like CD2 as well, so what? 80. Alright, Bone Thugs and Harmony Resurrection. So this is when they started kind of like they kind of this is where they kind of had a shift in their sound at this point, because they had like this whole like spooky atmosphere to them before, and like with this album they kind of just dropped that. So like the Bone part of Bone Thugs and Harmony kind of like started losing its momentum at this point. Like, it was kind of just like a side thing, I guess. It's a bit more of a thug album, I'd say, but it is more pop, I would say, with really catchy songs that are really enjoyable. They're all like super memorable. I actually really love this album. I like it more than The Art of War, actually, which seems to be kind of a hot take. What did I give to the Art of War? 80? Yeah, it's about right. Oh yeah, I give this one like an 85-ish, like 84. It's good, but it's not like something I want to listen to every day or anything like that. Like it a lot though. Then we have Tug World Order, which is a very awkward time in their discography, because Yeah, by that time they had completely gave up on like the bone aspect. You know, there was like no spooky stuff like cool synths. This is more of like a, I don't know, like this is a weird album. It almost feels like this is them trying to be like more positive to the world or something. And I don't know. It's kind of like weird of an album. I don't hate it, but again, this isn't a weird time because at that time they wanted to, because AZ brought them up to like, you know, where they were, but they wanted to do the same thing, so they started making a thing called Mo Thug, I think, and it's like advertised during the album and everything, and that didn't really work. It wasn't very good. People didn't really vibe with it. People didn't even really listen to it because they didn't really care about the people that were bringing on, and they kind of stopped. They kind of lost their momentum by that point. So you know, they weren't really like as popular by that time. So there wasn't a lot of interest in there, and they also started wanting to all branch out and make their own solo album. So yeah, those were all mixed bags, honestly. Crazy Bone dropped a great album, and then like the other ones dropped okay albums to like mediocre albums. I still enjoy this album, but I don't think it's great. I'd give it like a 67 or so. Still higher than those scores because I'm biased as fuck. But it's not great. I haven't listened to Thug Stories that much. I think I skimmed through it, and I might have listened to it once. And this is like every other album was like 1 year between each. This one is like 5 years or so. One of the member was like in prison at that point, and I think one of them was also like basically trying to like sue or something, or like there was like drama with the fucking music label or something. So like he wasn't part of the band for a while. This is just repetitive, boring music, honestly. This is like easily like the lowest part of their discography. And then you have Strength and Loyalty, which is like their pop album. Like for real. Like they have fucking Akon on this thing like 2-3 times. They have Mariah Carey. They have Will I Am. They have The Game. You know, they have a bunch of big features. Fucking Bow Wow is on there. Like, why? And they have fucking Flow Motion from the first little, like, album before they were even Bone Thugs and they were signed to do anything. Except this remake is not very good. It's inferior to the original, in my opinion. Somehow. And it is one of their more memorable albums somehow because of like just how pop it is and like how, I don't know. It's a fun album, but it's not the best one. What did I give to A Resurrection? 84? Yeah, it's like a little weaker than that in my opinion. I think I like it a little more than Tug World Order, which I gave a 67, so yeah, that would be like a 70. Yeah, that sounds right. I don't love it, but I like it. Then you have Unify, which for some reason it's got fucking positive ass critic scores. Yeah. This album has like maybe 5 good songs on it, and the rest is just really whatever. I actually had this album during my teens and I listened to it a lot. I don't remember anything about it except that Rebirth was pretty cool as like an early track, and then it became really like unlikable, and it was just like fucking preachy or some shit. I don't fucking know. I gave Central Loyalty 70. This is like a... Well, how long was in between some? 3 years. Doesn't feel like it. Yeah, Unit 5 is like... I like it less than Tug World Order, that's for sure, so... So like 52. Sounds about right. I haven't listened to the Art of War 3 and New Wave, so yeah. I haven't heard great things about them, so I don't feel like I need to listen to those. Also a compilation album called like Bone Box. I don't think it's on this website, but I also listened to that one a lot during my teens. It's a cool little album. Let's see if I can find it. Like it was Bone Collector or something. No. Oops, not that. Whatever. That was Ramble. Baba Booey. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. If you have anything you want me to ramble about, please tell me in the comments. If you just wanna support me, you know, leave a like or whatever, leave a comment. You can just say, nice tits, idiot. Thank you.